Good morning, people. Good morning, people. I come to you this morning with an open heart and the flame of my inner sun. A lion cub of the Divine Mother, I was somehow thrown into life in the sheepfold of human frailties. Living along with the sheep of fear and failure and disease, I bleated with weakness. I had forgotten my lion's roar, which frightened away all wicked pestering sorrows. O lion of realization, thou didst drag me away from the sheepfold and unto the waters of meditation, and thou didst say, open thine eyes and roar. But I kept my eyes tightly shut and bleated with fear. The roar of thy wisdom reverberated through me, and the hard shakings of spiritual urge made me open my eyes, and lo, there in the crystal pool of peace, thou didst show me my face to be like thine. Now I know I am the lion of cosmic power. No more do I bleat in fear of failures and sufferings. Once again I roar with the vibrant power of the Almighty. Bounding in the force of experiences, I seize the little vexing worries, the timid fears, the wild hyenas of disbelief, and devour them ruthlessly. O lion of immortality, roar through me thine all-conquering power of wisdom. Okay, Paramahansa Yogananda, Whispers from Eternity. Check that book out. The Prayer Demands, they call it. I mentioned this before, and I'm mentioning it again. Okay, we were on social illusion complexes. Now look, there also is a thing called the matrix. Most of us, some of us understand there's a matrix involved in this. And I don't know what exactly makes up the matrix. I don't think the social, but I would say this, and I'm shooting kind of from the hip here, but this is very, very good. The social illusion complex is part of the matrix. Okay, the matrix is a larger field that holds this world in place on this earth, and it's been doctored with somehow, the information I'm getting, but that's another subject. So that's what I would say. There is the matrix out there. Social illusion complex is part of the matrix, okay? It's what we have created, but the matrix is something bigger than that also, and I'll find out more about that as I go along. Now let's get, now the world of Jane Austen and their social illusion complex. Here's the funny thing. The one thing that they could have done that would have help them is God. You know, that's what God's there for. It's help us through these stupid things that we create for ourselves. But they even messed that up. God himself is part of the social illusion complex. It's not God so much, it's a misapprehension of God truly is through religion, you know, which is another subject, but we'll get to that. But the one thing that could have been the saving grace would have been God himself, both. And even that was messed up in this social illusion complex, and it created more trouble than it had to. It contributed to the trouble, in other words, and that's just a funny thing to think about. That we even messed that one up. It's all low vibrational, trying to do things that we just don't really are not up to at the time, but we're getting there now. Things we want to understand. Okay, let's get to Dylan and Lennon for a second. And here is, they say, never meet your heroes, okay? If you admire somebody from afar, don't meet them. And the reason why they say that is because they're no different than you or I. They're lost in ego mind, same as we are, a different version of it, sometimes worse because they've been further corrupted by money, power, fame, that whole thing. It's more dramatic in their world, and it's a disappointment in that sense. That's why they say don't meet your heroes, because you're going to find out that they're just like you, lost in their minds, lost in ego mind reality, and they don't know any more about things than you do in a very real way. Although they've done inspiring things, and we're not going to take that away from them. I was in L.A. Lennon had separated from Yoko Ono, and I wrote a paper article one time, newspaper article. He was a nut job. He was a troubadour, did some crazy things, ended up punching a waitress in the stomach, and other things I'm not even going to say. He didn't seem to know how to behave without his mommy Yoko Ono around. I swear to God. And the waitress said that the day that she was interviewed, she goes, "Look, he punched me in the stomach, but you know what really hurts? that a hero of yours is such an asshole. That's what the waitress said. So that's he didn't seem to know how to behave without his mommy around, Yoko Ono. Truly, it's interesting to consider that too. The aspect that maleness always needs some femaleness to balance. If it doesn't have its own femaleness, which it should, if that's not connected, they need some sort of female energy to help balance them out because they're nut jobs without it. Truly, that is what it is. We all have to keep in mind that those sort of things. It's as if they didn't even listen to their own lyrics. You know what I mean? Truly. Dylan was a great wordsmith. Truly, he really was. But it's with both of them, they didn't even understand their own lyrics they wrote about a higher way, a better way. They're both voices of the generation, and they didn't even understand the things they wrote, apparently, right? That's what it is. Okay, now, that was there. I mean, the social illusion complex, once again, back in those days, was easy to look at, easy to understand, and easy to understand the senselessness of it all. Okay, now what about our own social illusion complex, which is magnified by mass media? Mass media has sort of a magnification on the stupidities that we involve ourselves in our own social illusion complex, which is, in this case, some aspects of our own own social illusion complex are this popular celebrity culture, generally popular commercial culture we've got going on. I've stayed away from. Okay, I've thought of America right now as sort of encapsulated in this popular celebrity sort of a superficial culture that is like a bubble that separates us from our true human progress, historical human progress that we have to engage in. It acts as a distraction. It's a bubble of that we keep ourselves entertained with that really has us denying what our proper role is in this human experience and historically human progression in a way. The more we get involved in this bubble, in this problem, the more we deny the work we really have to do as members of historical humanity. You see what I mean? So I've stayed away. I don't know one song that Jay-Z has ever done. I only know one song Beyonce has done. I don't know one song Taylor Swift has ever done. I don't know, I'm out of that loop. I don't know Dre. I don't know all these very popular people that you all know and all know what they've done. I don't know one thing they've done. I'm out of that loop. I just got my first computer 4 years ago, and it's something that I just stayed away from because, like I said, I never really intended on using a computer, but I finally did, and I'm glad I did. I've learned so much stuff; it's like unbelievable. But it's a plus minus sort of thing, whether we have to keep that in mind. You guys have been addicted to it. I'm not so much, but it's become an addiction, which is plus minus sort of a thing. But that's how I viewed this popular culture as sort of a way we keep ourselves entertained that keeps us separated from our true mission here as we progress as a humanity, okay? So that is one of the tenets of this culture, our own complex, social illusion complex, the celebrityism, okay? Magnified by our media. Celebrityism is based on the fact or the illusion that there's somebody bigger and more than you, okay? And that we all pay homage, we whore after, really, seriously, these celebrities that we get so interested in and want to know so much about or focus our attention on, and it's as if it's promoting the idea that there's someone more or bigger than you, and it's a complete lie. Okay, there's no one more than you. There's no one bigger than you. There's no one more interesting than you. Some of these people have done interesting things, and they've thrown down in that sense, and they deserve accolade for that. like Dylan or Lennon, fine. They deserve credit for that, but they are no bigger than you. They are just as lost as you are. And the way we get so interested and want to hear about their lives and their this and that, and the evidence of that is the fact that paparazzi exists. The paparazzi exists because of you. Because you think that there's news there, that there's something bigger there. Harry and Meghan, or the Kardashians, or whoever you would want to name, that there's something more than you are, and you want to know every little tidbit you can about their lives. And it's all a lie. It's all preventing us from getting to who and what we truly are, preventing us from doing the work that we have to do as our role here as in the development of humanity, okay? It's a distraction. And you may as well look at the guy next door. You may as well start spying on him. You may as well get a camera, and you may as well be looking at him and finding out what he eats for breakfast and what he does and who he goes out with. There's no difference, okay? Because these celebrities, they live off the fact that they like you to think that they're more than they are, and that's why it's a big scam. I've been in Hollywood. I've seen the stink of Hollywood. I know what that crap's all about. It's ego-dominated, decadent crap, crap hole, really. And they feed off the fact that you think that there's something there that is more than you. The few people I've met famous, when I ran across Jobs, that one couple times, I saw him about 2 or 3 times. It was me and him alone in a room, and he was waiting for the people to get there, and he was there or checking me out what I was doing. I never moved to shake his hand. Okay, I didn't need to shake his hand. I didn't need to say anything. I didn't need to be anything for him, or I just didn't need to do that because number one, as far as Jobs is concerned, to go over there and want to shake his hand is an act of subservience, and I simply wasn't going to do that. I didn't think of Jobs as any bigger than I, although he was quite a character. But I didn't move to shake his hand or anything. I just treated him like I would treat anybody else. When I went to go out there and meet Dolly Parton that one time I told you about, there was again. I was talking to her as an equal, more or less. I just said, Dolly. I just had to come out and say hello because I think you're fantastic. But it was an equal. It was the equalness. There was no gee, Dolly or any none of that crap going on. Okay. If I had a chance, I would have hugged Dolly Parton, but she was sitting at a table with her friend there, and I couldn't do that. But if I was standing in a room with her, like I was with Steve, I would have gone over to her, probably hugged her as a gesture, because she's not in that mindset Jobs was, as far as me being alert, saying I'm not going to scrape to him, I'm not going to be subservient to him, wanting to shake his hand. That's what that was all about, So celebrityism then is a part of our present day social illusion complex. Okay, the fact that it exists when it's not. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's a big illusion. Every time you fall for that idea, you're really stripping yourself of your true nature. You're stripping yourself of your how grand you truly are. You're just as grand as they are, and you don't need to whore after them. It's as silly as it gets, and something I refuse to do. It's something we all want to consider. So as part of our present-day social illusion complex, celebrityism, as if it's something when it's really it's air. It's just a puff of air that we all cop to, that we best just let it go and focus on the things that I am trying to promote here: our own personal growth, our own personal grandness, our own personal greatness, our own personal divine spark, just as their divine spark, okay? It's something that we have to let go, okay? Profit. I'm always stunned what people will do for another 30 pieces of silver. Really? A lot of guys, not all, a lot of guys, that's the only thing there is to do in life, is to make ever more money and more money. And that's the only measure of their life. 5 million is not enough. They have to have 10. They have to have 20, whatever it is. The idea of making ever more and more money, like that's the only measure of success, the only measure of you as a person is the amount of money you have made, is a complete and total illusion. Okay, that's the most important things. Both these things, celebrityism and profit making, in the most drastic sense, have meaning down here in this 3D reality, but in the 5D reality, they have no meaning at all. Okay, there is no celebrityism in that reality. The idea of making ever more money at the expense of the environment or the community or the competitors you are up against won't exist in 5D reality. That's only a 3D illusion. That's the measure. Take YouTube. YouTube, when I first was on, was a little bit cooler. This is 4 years ago. But now they're starting to hit commercials all the damn time. You know what I mean? 2 commercials before the thing starts, then in the middle of it, there's another 2 commercials, and it's pissing me off. And you know why that is? Profit. There's some guy that got in there and wants to make his mark and wants to everybody pat him on the back, and he wants to show that he can squeeze every last bit of profit out of that. Out of this wonderful, wonderful thing that we have going here, the medium that we have going, and it truly is a wonderful medium as far as I'm concerned. But they're ruining it in a way because they're forcing commercials down our throat to make ever more and more money. So that guy, whoever that guy is, that got in there, wants to make his mark, and the only way to make his mark is to show the profit bottom line, that he has squeezed as much money as he could possibly squeeze out of this medium. And it doesn't matter that he's sort of ruining the ambience, the effect of it all, in a way that's becoming uncool, really. What matters is that he shows that he squeezed every little bit of money that could be squeezed out of it, and that's his measure of success. That's his measure of personal status and acclaim. Squeezing more and more money out of these things, and that one example goes throughout corporatism. The idea of making ever more money, not paying attention to anything else other than that. Like I say, I'm surprised at even people in Congress. The way they walk out millionaires, because of their connections. They personally line their pockets. It's just I'm just surprised that otherwise what people will do for their 30 pieces of silver. Okay, so those are 2 aspects of our social illusion complex. Both those are illusions in a way. Okay, like I say, that profit idea and the celebrity idea won't exist in the 5th dimension. It's only part of this 3-dimensional illusion, this social illusion complex. I think I'm gonna hold it right there. In any time period you want to take, there's going to be things that happen that are promoting the historical movement of humanity, inventions, people, the thought processes, new spiritual understandings. There's going to be that movement, and then there's going to be bullshit. Okay, things that people just get lost in that are part and parcel of this social illusion complex. Okay, so it's always going to be a mixture of both. That was true in Jane Austen's time too. The more we start to understand that we have to do our role here, right now, as members of humanity in the historical movement, and the more we have to drop away the social illusion complex aspects, that's what true growth, that's what becoming a man really is. And let's hold it right there. There's going to be more coming next. We're going to discuss sports, things like that, politics, things like that. That are part of this social illusion complex, but we'll leave it here for now. Funny thought of the day. Okay, so I work my butt off. All of a sudden, I'm getting close. The flash, there's supposed to be a big flash coming on, the solar flash, the big event, okay? I was scared, maybe 4 or 5 years out, it's supposed to happen. 2002-8, I get my nose to the grindstone, right around there. That happens. Okay, we get, the pathway opens up to the fifth dimension. You walk down that pathway, there's a bridge. There's Jesus there waiting to shake your hand. Jesus, God, it's nice to meet you. Jesus, I'm a big fan. I didn't know you were as smart as you truly are. And I really didn't. He's way, way smart, that guy. And he goes, here, son, over the bridge, there's the fifth dimension. So you go over the bridge, fifth dimension. There's a little brush there. You break through the brush, and there's a big billboard, a big stinking billboard. And right in the middle of it is Kim Kardashian's face, looking right at you, just going, welcome to the fifth dimension. The drama continues. Wouldn't that be funny, huh? But thank God, that's not going to exist. That's why, people like Kardashian, they may not be interested in the fifth dimension because they're getting off on the fact that they are worthy of all this extra attention when truly they're not. They really are not. But they get off on it. Good looking as they are, but they're kind of plasticky. Both those girls, they look starting to look like plastic. But that's the funny thought of the day. Hope you appreciate it. I am Jeff Africa, citizen of Earth, loyal patriot of the United States of America, and I stand unafraid. And these four, Mother Earth, Divine Mother, Paramahansa Yogananda, and Jesus Christ, these are the four I've elicited. These are the four that are working for me now, that we work together now, in me being an example of what a heart-centered human being is going to be and going to become. And I love these people. I love these beings and entities. The bench is Mother Mary. The bench is Mary Magdalene. They're on my team too. And I like the mother energies. I think I excel under their influence. So I'm including all these in this noble venture of ours as we get from the dried up ego mind to the lush, sensuous, beautiful heart reality. Okay, and I know it's there because I've seen it, and it is beautiful. There's nothing on earth that is more valuable than that heart-centered reality. If God came down and said to me right now, right this for a second, Jeff, I have $1 billion in an account, I'll transfer to you, or I will give you this heart-centered reality right now. You worked hard enough, I'll just give it to you. What do you want? It wouldn't even be close. Okay, because why? Because there's nothing on earth that is as valuable as the divine center that we all need to get to. The sensuous, precious life center that we need to get to. It's where all the jewels are. It's where all the wealth and riches are. And there's nothing on earth that equals that reality. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, I know it. It's been enhanced. But now we're going to get there, and we're going to get there with a little bit of work, okay? Okay, that's it for today. We'll see you soon, and I hope you'd enjoy this. Bye now.